kids. Your old pal Krusty's gonna teach you 5 new words.
You're not wrong about that.
From Dallas, Texas, number 55, Bryan Broaddus.
Thank you very much to my teammates. Thank you very much to Reliant for once again being a part of this. Hey guys, you know what? I was looking at my Commanders depth chart.
Yeah.
And I just noticed this on their specialists. Their punter, kicker, and snapper. All 3 of their last names, 9 letters total.
Oh, big ones.
9 letters. No, for all 3 of them.
First and last name?
The last name.
Because it's Sly?
No. It's Tress Way, W-A-Y.
Way.
Matt Gay, G-A-Y.
Really?
Tyler Ott, the snapper, O-T-T.
Otway Gay.
Otway Gay.
How about that? I just noticed that. Just things you just
the things
you
you
don't even
notice.
notice.
That's the scout's eye.
You just notice, like, you go, hey, they got 9 total letters for 3 last names.
You were drawn in by the gay name, and then you bounced around to the other ones?
No, it was the way.
It was the way.
He's a way guy.
The way gay. The way guy.
The way gay.
Way gay.
Ott.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder
Gay.
if I could have been a snapper.
In the league?
With the way they don't hit the guy,
Yeah.
like I used to get crushed.
Yeah, you
Like-
actually did it when it was a tougher time to do
Yeah,
it.
when they used to line up and like just run over you. Like
That was the whole
snap-
deal, right? Like, you knew that you're going to get planted on
Oh,
your
yeah.
rear end every
You
time.
knew-
Somebody's
you
going to
knew-
drill me.
I mean, and the worst was extra points and field goals.
'Cause they were really
Yeah,
coming
they're
after
trying to
you.
push,
Block
and
it.
yeah, and everybody, and I mean, it was seriously, it was. There was a lot of times I'd snap it and just okay, here we
You
go.
ever have nightmares about that?
The only nightmares I ever had about that was the bad snap.
Oh.
Never getting hit. And like I was too slow to really be a good punt cover guy. Like I was, I would get
I know the
knocked.
feeling.
I'd get knocked down on the ground and get up, and then the play would already be over.
Yeah.
Kind of me getting up and then having to
Get
run.
up, Ryan.
Yeah,
Run down there.
Ronnie, damn it. Yeah, but
Stay on your feet, 55.
yeah, I just would snap it and then hope that I got up. That's kind of how I looked at it.
So was there a technique where you try to like roll on your back and keep them off with your feet? Or
I'll
what,
tell you,
what was your plan?
The thing you tried to do is, the hardest thing is you would hit like sometimes butt first.
Yeah.
So and then the shock would go up my back.
Yeah.
But then you worried about butt and then head.
Whiplash.
And then head.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Got to keep that thing off that turf.
Yeah, and I got twisted up sometimes really pretty bad too, because they try and push that middle and jump on your side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Is what they would do.
But you had the snapping part down. You were dialed.
I was dialed on that. The funniest thing I ever had in a Mississippi State game, I had a guy like line up over me, and he was like, my guide hand, my left hand was my guide hand, so I was a right hand snapper, and I'm getting the ball set. The guy was throwing like bits of dirt and grass on the top of my hand before I was snapping. Like you could see him, like he was just
Gamesmanship.
like I was down there, and next thing I know, I feel this, and then I look up.
Yeah.
And I see him, he's kind of looking at me. He's throwing like little bits of dirt and grass
Get you to flinch a little bit.
on my hand. And after the game, I went up to the guy. I'm like, I've never had anybody do that. He goes, yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, I go, I've never had anybody do anything like that. I go, that's pretty wild.
Fight through that adversity.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he was trying to be distracting, and he did a pretty good job. He distracted me a little bit. All right, here's the Commanders. This is what you need to know about the Commanders. They're going to rush you with 4. That's going to be their deal. They're going to try and get you. They're going to try and get home with 4. Their blitzers are going to be either Frankie Louvu is going to blitz, or they're going to blitz somebody from the secondary. That's kind of, we've seen this before with Dan Quinn, how he uses like the nickel blitz, or slot blitz. But he really, really doesn't want to blitz. He's going to try and get home with 4. That's their big thing. Their big pass rusher, of course, is Dorrance Armstrong. And he's going to play in the left end the majority of the time. On the other side, you're going to get Jacob Martin, but you're also going to get in some passing situations Von Miller. And Von Miller has done a pretty decent job for an older guy out there, 36 years old now. but he's shown some ability to still get after it. They take advantage of the push they get in the middle, and they usually get it where it's Payne, Kinlaw, those guys are the ones that are kind of pushing the middle. You got Miller, I mentioned, and then Armstrong. Armstrong's done a really nice job when it comes to getting up the field and then kind of feeling where the quarterback is. So Dak has been good about moving and not allowing these guys to track him down that way. What they'll also like to do is, I mentioned about about the rushers, like a blitzer. This team is, if you look at the metrics, because I noticed on tape, they're real big on free rushers. And I mean, free rushers of all of a sudden everything's blocked, and then here comes the guy.
Just confusing the quarterback and the O-line.
A little delayed.
A little bit delayed, but they will create through like the twists and the movement a free rusher.
Yeah.
Now, I went and looked at this. There's actually a stat for this. Dak Prescott facing free rusher when the rusher's not blocked, 10 of 16.
Wow.
For over 100 yards.
That's incredible.
That's one of the prime examples of showing just what level of dominance he's playing at right now.
Yeah, if you got a guy that is completely unaccounted for, usually that ends up being a guy that gets a pressure, gets a sack.
Forces a throwaway.
Exactly. With Dak, 10 completions with free rusher in his face out of 16 of those.
That's got to be some of the tops in the league.
Yeah, it is. It is for that. But they're going to try and generate pressure. I mentioned the number is 24. They've had 24 free rushers or unblocked pressures in this season, the Commanders. They are one of the top 7 teams in the league when it comes to rush and pressure without blitzing, too. That's another one of their big things. Okay, they're going to play you a ton of press man coverage, as I mentioned. They're going to play it, though, with their corners playing on the same side of the field, or I should say a left corner and a right corner.
Okay, they don't travel.
They haven't shown that. They've shown Amos is the left corner, and then on the right side is Lattimore. Now, I mentioned this yesterday, and some people have picked up on it. You're getting to the halfway point of the season. You're getting some potential games now where maybe you go for some tendency busters.
Yeah. Sure.
So could this be a game? And maybe if it was just
Pickens
that you would travel one of these guys. I think Amos is better than Lattimore,
rookie from Ole Miss.
Yeah, I would say that Sanderstill,
second year from Michigan.
Yeah,
he's a good slot corner.
He is, but I'll tell you what,
he's gotten worked, hasn't he?
People have gone after him. In some of these games.
Well, he's a risk taker.
Yeah.
He's a guy that'll get a little grabby on you.
Exactly.
And he'll try and jump some routes, and he's probably gotten beat for it.
Absolutely. And this is where, to me, I would go after him in the nickel, and I would go after him in a way with, I think you could either do it with Lamb, or I think you could do it with Turpin. I think either way you could have an opportunity to attack him. I would stay away from Amos myself. I think he's the one guy to me that when they play man, he locks up, he gets his hands on passes.
He's got good size.
Yeah.
But that's a good matchup for Terp because Sanderstill is also not a very big guy.
Not a very big guy at all.
6-footer.
Not a very big guy at all. So be very, very mindful of that. You're going to get a ton of man coverage. You're going to get a lot of this. What they do is that they play a lot of nickel as well. And they start off right off the go playing nickel, as we've known from Dan Quinn before. I think only Seattle plays more nickel coverage. Now, what'll happen is they'll get in some dime coverage stuff. So that's 6 defensive backs now on the field. That's where I think that they're going to try and treat Ferguson. I think they're going to play some dime stuff in later downs.
Put a corner on him.
And put a corner on him is what they're going to try and do and see if they can take. But now with Dallas having Lamb, Pickens, Turpin, you got to kind of pick who you want to try and take out of this football game. So I would think that some of the later downs, third downs, that we're going to see them play some dime coverage, and that's been a part of kind of like what Dan Quinn's been able to do. Frankie Louvu, I think, is one of their better players. I think when you look at Frankie, he is one of those guys that could play in coverage. When you have to play him in coverage, he's a really good blitzer. He's the fifth guy. He's that sideline to sideline player, downhill player, all those things you like in a linebacker. Teams have had trouble getting routes open on him. Where they've had success is working against Wagner. Wagner's the one that if you get him in coverage, that he seems to be the one that gives up the most yards. So how do you get him maybe some matched up? If you try and do some stuff with some swings, maybe the underneath routes, things like that, try and keep it away from Louvu. He might be rushing, but if you had to attack one of the linebackers, Wagner's the guy that I would definitely go after. So it's kind of one of those things where there's areas of this Commanders defense where you can say, okay, Dallas might have an advantage here. Running the football on the edge against these guys, I mentioned this earlier, they're one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to defending the run. Inside runs against them, 4.2. Outside runs, almost 5 yards a carry. And so they've had some problems dealing with teams that have been able to get the ball on the edge. Our guest, she was even talking about that, how many tackles she missed, or how many tackles they missed. It's absolutely right. They're number one in the league when it comes to the missed tackles. So it's been a big problem for them in these games.
Sounds like you like the Cowboys' chances to put some points up.
I think there's going to be some chances to put points up. Absolutely here. I found out something real quick. Speaking of points up, and you can't waste possessions. Where do you think Dallas ranks in first drives of the game?
Like scoring on their first drive?
Yeah.
25th.
Oh, man. Yeah, middle of the pack. Like, I'll go 17.
Yeah, I would think in the middle.
Dead last.
Dead last.
Dead last.
What?
Dead last.
Didn't the Jets not have a single score on their first drive a couple weeks ago?
Dallas is dead last.
Wow.
In this thing. So to me now,
Well, the Commanders give up. I mean, they're down 10-0 in all these games.
that's where to me, when you're in a game where all of a sudden it might be back and forth. Dallas after that is one of the best teams offensively in the league after the first drive. But I was just curious.
Surprising.
And I saw this. Yeah, they are 32nd in the league in opening drives in the league. So Dallas, can't give away, if you're going to get in one of these shootout games and like there's 3 punts and one of the punts is the very first series of the game.
Yeah.
That's kind of a setback right there.
Especially because the Commanders in the first 2 drives of games,
Yeah.
they've surrendered points. Like they're one of the worst in the league.
Yeah.
They are.
Defensively.
Well, you had to punt last week against Carolina. Came back to bite you.
I guess the Packers game stands out as well as getting down early and then having to figure things out middle of the second quarter.
So somehow, some way, shoddy first 15, find a way to get you some points out of that.
Sounds good to me, Brian. Thank you kindly.
Thank you.